What is going on, everybody? Aaron Collins, drone pilot, back again today. This is part 4 for the Kayak trailer box. I am super excited to say that I had just completed it. It's about 6:45 in the afternoon on Sunday. I don't know if this video is going to be posted tonight, but if not, you'll be watching it on Monday. But I wanted to tell you guys thank you for sticking around with me and watching these videos of this process. It's been a very arduous journey, and I'm very pleased with the way it turned out. Obviously, there's certain things that I could have done better. I could have taken my time and done things a little bit differently. But overall, time constraints. Like this weekend or this coming week, I will be in Panama City, Florida, and I'll be doing some fishing with a buddy of mine that I used to go deep sea fishing with a good bit. And we're gonna go out in the kayaks in the bay, and we're gonna go out there and try to have some, try to catch some fish. Some trout, redfish, maybe some flounder or some sheep's head. Just whatever we can catch. And if we do pretty well, I'll probably record that as well. But anyway, about the kayak box, I really appreciate you guys sticking with us and following us through. It's been a great journey, and I'm just glad it's time for fishing now. So anyway, thanks for coming back. Enjoy the video. Alright, so here's what's going on. Basically, I sat and pondered for about 3 hours yesterday about tying it down with cables, and ended up going into the shed and found some brackets. These are for, I believe they came in like a lift kit or something. Anyway, so basically I've been straightening these brackets out. I got some images that I will attach to let you know what they look like before. But basically they came with the little shims and everything, and I think that would be a great way for it not to rub on the trailer itself. So I'll just use the shims and just maintain that angle that the wedge gives it. So I just basically made that angle of the straight piece match what the angle of this wedge or the spacer is. For every single one, I try to make it look as identical as I possibly could. So basically I will probably trim this piece off like flush with the edge of the rail on all these, and then come down here, and you see it just does clear where I can get a couple screws in there. The objective is to put them into those studs on the inside going through on all fours, and that will be the I guess the anchoring of the box. And I'll paint those, I'll sand those all down and then paint those all black, just like the trailer and all that good stuff. That is the goal. So yep, that's kind of what I've worked out so far. And I'll also probably push down on it a little bit, because that foam will probably settle. And the thing is that the kayak is constantly going to be getting strapped downward and pushing down if I'm pulling on the trailer. I mean, not terrible. However, that metal is flexible enough to where it'll probably bend a little bit, which is ideal, because if it's too rigid, I think it'll want to tear up the fiberglass and crack and all those good things. Probably throw some washers in there. That's the plan right now. Quick update. Transferred the points for the interior stud from the top down to the side. I stuck the plates on there, stuck the square back on there to make sure. Got all 8 of those in. Right now what I'm working on is reinforcing the holes a little better, because I was in the last episode I was telling you guys, or part 3, I was telling you that I had a crack, and basically I just finished grinding the crack out of the other side. I don't think I can do this with the video, but basically there was a crack that was running along through here, and I got down in there with my Dremel and got that thing removed. You can kind of see it a little better from this angle, I believe. It's kind of running right through there. So I got that thing all filled in, added a bunch of extra resin on there, and yeah, so, and then I just add a little bit more up underneath too, up underneath the lid. I got a bunch more added in there for, you know, strength. And so I'm about to knock all these little drips out from when I had it turned over, and then I had to modify these. Here's what these latches look like, by the way. So there's a little housing. You take these screws out right here, and there's a housing, if you can see that right there. This is clamps onto the surface, right? Well, the screws that comes with it, I had to actually, luckily I had some laying around that were the same thread pattern, but this is what they look like, and they would not close that bracket properly. Like, it was kind of crooked. So basically I have these spacers. I think this is from like an old like a TV wall mount. It's like a spacer for the bolts. I have no idea. I have so much hardware laying around, and I'm so happy that I do. But anyway, so these will be a perfect replacement. They fit inside there, and they don't touch this center portion, so that's even better. But anyway, I'm gonna scrape this off, get these things put back in. I think I probably have to take these out in order to paint it, because I don't feel like taping around this stupid thing. So I might wait, but I guess the biggest thing is if it's gonna rain tonight before I get it painted, you know, I might wanna put these in, so just so that water doesn't get in the box. But anyway, that's where we're at. Welcome back, everybody. Just want to give you guys a quick update. So I am putting on some Bondo right now and doing my final sanding bit. Basically I ended up taking these hinges out, and I'll go into that a little bit later. I don't really want to tell you right now. Bottom line is, the hinges I put in weren't waterproof. We're going a different route. New parts will be in this week, and I'm working on smoothing the cradles out. Basically I broke through in one area here when I was sanding it down, and right now I'm in the finishing stages of getting this waxing out, like this, all these little slick areas. I'm in the process of getting all of that out. Once we do that, we're gonna just kind of lightly go over it again with some 220. You can see I've done quite a bit of sanding this afternoon after I got off work, so I'll just have to finish up with that, which is not a ton of work left. Pretty much all over the box that I have to sand, and once we get done with that, we'll go over. I will probably do a long recording of the painting process, but you basically have to coat this thing with the primer, let it sit for 24 hours, then come back the next day, sand it down with some 220, and then put another coat of primer if you want, or go with the actual color that we're going to go with. So I got the primer, I have the paint, so I'm probably going to put one coat of primer on here. It's not necessary to put the primer on here, but I'm going to do it anyway. So we'll put the primer on, then we'll go back with the gloss black to match the trailer. Yep, that's where we're at. I'll keep you guys posted. I have a half day of work on Friday, and then I'm going full bore Friday afternoon, Saturday and Sunday until this bad boy is done. I'm gonna try to work it out to where my half day on Friday, that basically I'm applying I want to get to a point in these afternoons up until that point. It's Tuesday now. I want to get to the point to where tomorrow I'm done with sanding, or Thursday, and then Friday afternoon I want to add my first coat are the only coat of primer, and then Saturday and Sunday I really want to coat it black. We'll see if that works out according to plan. You know, everything else I've planned for this thing's taking super long, so we will see when we get to that point. But anyway, I will follow up each afternoon until, you know, we're done. All right, quick update. It is Wednesday afternoon, and I have got a good bit of sanding done. Let's see, I've gotten this side complete, the top side for the most part complete, with the exception of that area right there. It's kind of hard to get to in between those two with the regular sander. This side's done, and I believe I've got the other side too, down at the bottom, right down here. It's actually the side. I got some mud on it right now, so I can help straighten these corners out. So once this stuff, don't make fun of my mud job, it's terrible. I mixed it way too hot with the activator, and it started drying up on me really quickly. But as soon as this dries up, I'll go ahead and sand these off, make these corners beautiful, and then finish this side. And like I said, I think the other side down there on that's, you know, flat on the ground is done too. I'm gonna try to put down primer on this side, or all the completed sides. I'm gonna try to put primer on today. If nothing else, I have to put it on where the Bondo is, because that stuff's not water resistant, so it needs something on top of it. So get all that sanded down, and the goal is to wash it off and prime some of it, wash it off, and then and get the rest of the primer on today, if I possibly can. That's the plan. If not, it'll be tomorrow, because I really want to get done with this sand, and that's like the most important thing. Get all of the waxing areas out, like the kind of like the shiny parts. I don't know how well it shows in the camera, but like right in here, you can see these little shiny spots. Got to get in there and get that out. That just means it's not flat. You can see them all along the corners too, and that's another reason I'm putting the Bondo on the corners, to kind of fill in those holes. I'll sand them down a little bit instead of trying to sand through on the corner and hit the edge and take all of the resin off. I'm just taking it down to where there's holes. You know, they're really small, like these. Sanding in the middle of those, throwing Bondo on there, and then smoothing it out to where, I mean, similar situation here that I did. You can't tell, but there was where the latches were, and I basically sanded that down. Obviously there was some air pockets in there. Then went back, sanded on the inside of it, and then filled it with Bondo, sanded it back, primed it. And so that one right there, I need to finish sanding in the middle. I got a lot of the edges done, but you can still see the waxing areas in the middle. That'll have to be fixed, sorted out. But anyway, that's where we're at. I wanted to show you guys what a finished corner looks like after using the Bondo. Now I might have to get some little pin, use some of my pin putty, like for the little bitty pinholes. I want to be careful not to take off too much material, because you don't want it to go through again, obviously. So basically, I got it down with the sander, with that regular little square sander, and then basically the rest of the way I just wrapped just a little 1 by 2 with sandpaper, and you kind of work that edge and get it exactly, you know, kind of what you want. Anyway, that's what it looks like after the repair. Obviously it would look like this before a really crappy mud job, but anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna keep on plugging away, keep sanding. It's the 15th, Thursday afternoon, and I've basically filled in pretty much all the corners. I'm gonna fill in with the Bondo, and because I'm using Bondo, primer down. So, you know, here in the South, in Alabama, the condensation is serious at night in the summertime, as we're getting close here. Anyway, so that's kind of the edge that I've worked. Now, see all that stuff in there? I'm probably not going to fix it. I'm actually quite tired of fooling with it, to be honest with you. I want to just, you know, kind of get it painted and get this thing on the road. I've been without going fishing for, going on 4 weeks now. So, and I had a trip planned for next week down to the Gulf Coast. And besides that, the whole Rona deal, not being able to do it, but the plan is to get this thing buttoned up on Saturday, and throw it back in there, get it anchored down. You can see some holes. We'll go over this process. You can see some holes here, there. That's going to be the bracketry that holds it onto the trailer. But anyway, yeah, that's what's going on. I've got pretty much the entire thing sanded. I'm not going to do any more on the lid. It's going to have carpet, and the top will, this portion will be painted. So tomorrow my goal is, because it's all sanded down, ready to go, I got one more area to work on, which is right here. I need to get this section flattened out, and because these will be getting carpet as well. Both of the cradles, this one and the one down there, get carpet on them. Just, I don't know, it's just kind of the way I'm gonna do it. I'm undecided on whether or not I'm gonna actually carpet the whole thing, like as in the sides and everything. I mean, it may be easy just to go over with one piece and then go back and put one more piece here. I just need to cut a template out. I got some 3M adhesive. Maybe it'll work. If not, I'll have to go to somewhere that sells carpet supplies and put down some thick stuff. I don't know, some thick goo or whatever. But, the 3M adhesive, I've used it on my kayaks before, and it's pretty good stuff. You just put it on the surface that you want it on, then obviously on the back side of the carpet, and it sticks. In that case, it was foam, and it worked really, really good. So I'll probably just try to use that first. I'm going to secure the top now with bungees. I got a bungee kit in. It's got some pad eyes and some little hooks that look like that. Probably go with a pad over here on this corner and that corner, and then a hook on this corner and a hook on that corner, and likewise on the other side. Just kind of keep this hatch down, and I think that'll do the trick. That's it. So I'm looking forward to getting this thing painted and showing you guys the finished product. It is not going to be the most glorious thing in the world, but it will get the job done, and it might look halfway decent. All right, go. Got them all tightened up. That one looks pretty. I mean, we just want to get them down. You don't want to get them too tight. All right. I have been getting these videos out on Friday. This one's not going to make it though, because we are going to do some painting this weekend. So it's Friday afternoon. I just finished carpeting the lid, and in the morning when I wake up, I'm going to come out here, I'm going to do a quick sand, wash it off, and then we're going to start applying the paint. But the carpet turned out a lot better than I thought it was going to, because I've never done it before. I wish they would have sent me a piece that was big enough. As you can see, there's like a seam going through here. Now, as the time goes by, this adhesive that I used, I think it'll kind of go away, and it'll be less noticeable that there's a seam here. But for right now, you can see it because of the, all the stuff here. Just needs to be mixed in. As a matter of fact, if I just rub it like that, it seems to kind of disappear a good bit. Anyway, I will be doing the tops of the cradles. I haven't decided whether I'm going to do something like up to the edge, down like to the edge, or up and over all the way down, or just from right here to right here. I'm still undecided about that. So by the time I finish this thing, obviously I will have made up my mind and the decision will be made. So this is where we're at right now. I am getting really excited because I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm gonna add some pictures in here too. My son and I this morning, if you noticed all these holes drilled in all around the box, these are gonna be similar to the tank well bungees that you have in the back of your kayak. So basically there's like a little single hook that's kind of facing this way, and then pad eye, pad eye, pad eye, pad eye, hook, pad eye, pad eye. And basically there'll be bungees running all the way across, zigzagging. I'm gonna throw some pictures in there and stop trying to explain it, but yep, that's where we're at on Friday. So Saturday morning, it's getting paint. Stay tuned. All right, it is Sunday morning. We are prepping for the final stage of paint. Basically, getting a lot of the runs and stuff out there because, you know, I'm a professional painter and whatnot. But anyway, yeah, I'm getting ready to wash it down. And if this sun would come out and give me a hand getting everything dried off, it'd be great. But so that's my next step. I've been going at it with some 220. With that, I mean, I tried doing it hand first and just wasn't getting a great result. This paint is so grippy that, you know, it's pretty much hard just to even hold it in your hand. I mean, you could use a sanding block if you wanted to, but I was feeling lazy this morning, didn't want to dig it out. So anyway, about to get this thing washed off, dried off, and then we're going to start applying the final coat of paint. Stay tuned. All right, final top coat has just been applied. Looking pretty fresh and glassy. This stuff will probably be stood up here in about an hour with the, you know, the kind of sunlight that we're getting right now and how hot it is. So it'll probably be good and hardened within, you know, like an hour or so. If I can keep the bugs out of it, that's like the most important thing, because they are everywhere and they keep on flying into the paint. Get your dumbass. Anyway, yep. So that's something to deal with. There's bugs that keep landing in it. So hopefully it stands up pretty quick, dries out, and man, I'm glad this is done. Woo! Actually, I still have to put all the hardware and everything in there, but other than that, we out there. All right. Alright, this is about the absolute best I could do. I did make some mistakes. I used this piece of cardboard when I was getting ready to stick this sticky stuff to stick the carpet, and I ended up making a little bit of a mess. Not quite as bad over here. I got some right here, a little bit there, and a little bit right there. Over here I made a significant amount more of a mess there. I think this stuff can wipe off. I'm going to really wait until this paint is really set up. Right now I'm pretty much in the I'm in full-blown assembly mode, so I just want to get everything put on there. There it goes, getting its first test. I just got this thing back together, or all together, before the rain started, and this is a good time to test whether or not all of the little pad eyes and stuff that were put in with the Scotty well nuts are going to leak or not in the wood. I know they work great for plastic hulls, PVC hulls, but this one, you know. Anyway, getting ready to post this video. This bad boy is about 99.9% done. Alright, here's a test. See if it's actually holding water out. No water. So yeah, like I just opened to show you guys, it is dry as a bone in there. It's been raining for past, I don't know, hour and a half or so. I was kind of worried if you know, any of the holes that I had drilled in there after, you know, for the pad eyes and all that good stuff for the bungees, and see if it was going to leak, and it hasn't. Also, there's holes in the side of the box where the bracketry sits on the side there. This is probably like terrible light for recording, but I really want to get this video posted today. So these are the brackets that I think I have them in earlier in this video, probably already pre-recorded. I basically painted them the same color as the box, not the same paint, but same color with the little shims here. I changed to some stainless hardware to keep from rusting, and I think it kind of matches really good with the pad eyes, like the offset in color, you know, or the contrast in color, excuse me, between that and that. So she's dry as a bone in there though. And I will be in Panama City, Florida I'm leaving here Friday or Saturday morning at 3 a.m. and I'll be down there about 7 in the morning. My buddy and I are going to go down there and try to tear up some fish in the bay, and I cannot wait. So anyway, depending on how well we do down there, also I'm going to bring the camera and I'm going to do some recording, and if we do good, you know, I'll post some video of that. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate y'all sticking around for me for this whole process over the last 4 or 5 weeks as we've been building this thing, but it's all worth it. I'm super excited that we are finally complete, and now it's time to take it and put it to use. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Alright, y'all, take it easy.